So Tesla released their affordable models, and yesterday the stock went down 4%. Today, the stock has stabilized. Many were talking about,
oh my God, the stock's gonna go down. It's gonna go back to the lows. It's gonna go to the low 300s, high 200s, low 200s. It's over. It's finished. Elon and Tesla didn't fulfill on their promise.
well, here we are, and the stock is stabilized. It looks like the market doesn't really care, and it looks like the market is happy that we have a cheaper version of the affordable model. You see, guys, in this video, I'm going to break it down to all of you why Tesla won't fall to the lows anymore. It's done falling to the lows. I don't think we're ever going to see Tesla in the low 300s unless there's some crash happening. Right? I highly do believe that. And I highly do believe that the 400s are the new 300s. As I mentioned before, that the 300s were the new 200s moving forward. And I have a lot of reasons for this. Let's talk about what happened with the affordable models. Then we're going to talk about why the stock won't fall, because this will support that. So let's get down to it. Smash that like button, hit subscribe if you haven't already, and let's go. Sheesh. So the affordable models, they came out. I was live streaming it. And of course, at that point, it was a disappointment because we were all hoping that for the price point to be lower than what it originally was. And in the moment, it was disappointment. The stock went down 4%, and now it has stabilized, of course. But now that we slept on it, we're going to get logical. And AJ had a very, very good post here going through this. Exactly. He's saying that in March 2016, Elon unveiled the Tesla Model 3. Promising an affordable electric vehicle starting at $35,000. When adjusted for inflation, that original target equates to approximately almost $48,000 in today's dollars. Inflation is a flippin' bitch. I'm just saying, I mean, we all know that, but look at that, $35,000 in 2016. That price is almost $48,000 today, which is insane. He continues and says that yet Tesla has significantly over-delivered on this promise. The new standard Model 3 launched yesterday at a starting price of almost $37,000 unsubsidized. I really like the Model 3 price. I had my honest thoughts about it on X. If you guys aren't following my next, I don't know what you guys are doing, but my honest thoughts, the Model 3 standard below $37,000, man, that's a very good price for that car. The Model 3 is an amazing car, and the value that you get for that price is absolutely flippin' amazing. And that's unsubsidized. Unsubsidized. So imagine with the state credit coming in, all that. Some of these cars are priced in like the low 30,000, high 20,000s with the state credits, EV credits, because there's still state EV credits, which is still in crazy value. That comes in 22% below the inflation adjusted figure. Put in another way, in 2016 dollars, this latest Model 3 would only cost about $27,000. So my God, we're getting it cheaper than what it was promised. It's just inflation. Inflation is the sucker here. It's the secret tax, guys. It sucks. And that's why we invest, so we can escape the inflation and to grow our money. And it looks like the market is understanding this, and they're saying, this is logical, actually. This is actually a really good thing. We have two new models, same models, but just different versions of it that are now more affordable. I think the market is realizing this, and it's great. And the fact is here, the TAM has increased for sure. Take a look at this chart. Before, Tesla was in this range right here, taking less than 5% of the EV market share. And even with the 5%, the Model Y is the best-selling car, not electric vehicle, the best-selling car worldwide, which is insane, right? Now, because of these affordable models, it's here at around 15%, maybe even higher with the EV credit in the United States. So you can even say upwards of 25%, maybe going as high as actually 30%, which is insane. The TAM is definitely going to increase, but the most important thing here is how many of these vehicles will be sold will become part of the robotaxi network, and how many of these vehicles being sold will get FSD. None of these two affordable models come with autopilot. So it's either you get it raw and you drive it, or you get it and let the car drive you. That's it. And I think moving forward, we just had version 14 come out, and that's one of the reasons why I think Tesla won't fall down to the lows anymore. We'll get to that in a bit, but that has a very strategic point and a very big deal. That's significant. The version 14, if you guys have seen the videos, absolutely flipping insane. But that's the most important thing about these affordable models. How many of them are going to buy FSD, and how many of them in the future are going to be added to the robotaxi network? And you bet that Tesla is for sure going to use these affordable models in the robotaxi network. But the signal is clear from Tesla, guys. The signal is crystal clear. I wrote here on X saying, Tesla gave us the clearest signal yesterday with the affordable models that the era of making cars is over. The pure focus is on robotaxi, FSD, and bots. And that's what I'm invested in for, not for the cars. You guys already know I'm all in Tesla stock because of the robotaxi. Yes, I was a little bit disappointed on the prices, but now when you sit back and seeing the inflation numbers and all that and being logical with it, it's actually a very, very good thing. And in the long term, these auto sales won't matter because the robotaxi top and bottom line are going to be flipping significant. And that's going to really change everything. And that's when everyone's going to go like,
oh wait, how many cars did Tesla sell? This many? Who cares? Look at the profits and revenue from robotaxi revenue. My God. And actually, the more cars they sell will actually increase these robotaxi revenues. Oh my God.
They won't care about, auto sales as much as they do today. And again, I'm in it for the robotaxi. So the version 14 and these affordable models being part of that is going to be flipping. That's what's going to be. But that's the biggest signal. These are the last two cars that we can buy cheaply that has steering wheels and pedals from Tesla. Wow, I just realized that right now. These are the two last affordable models. Yes, we have Roadster, but that's expensive. And we have the Cybercab coming, but that's without a steering wheel and pedal. So the 3 and Y, these standard versions, are the cheapest we're going to get. And that's that. After that, it's all robotaxis, baby. Sheesh. And speaking about the robotaxis, let's now shift gear to why the stock won't fall down to the lows anymore. Unless, of course, there's a big market crash. We can't avoid that, of course. And not financial advice. Everything I say here is not financial advice, but this is my core belief. Number one reason, the robotaxi. It's here and it's expanding, guys. This, again, will have significant impact on the top and bottom line. Once these numbers do come in, which I do think in about a year, we will see that in the revenue and profits, people will start forgetting about the autos. They will forget about it. No one will care about how many X amount of Tesla cars they sold this year. It's how many of these cars turned to FSD and robotaxis and how much did that generate in profits and revenue and what the margins are. That's going to be the talk of the town then, not now. It's fun. It's fun covering the cars. I do it too. But in the next 12 to 18, 24 months, I don't think this will matter. What will matter is how many of these cars will be converted to FSD and robotaxis, and that's why I'm all in this Tesla stock. That is it. Not because the cars, you were only invested in the cars if you invested back in 2019, 2018. Now, it's all about the robotaxis, the next S-curves, bot, FSD. My main conviction is robotaxi. So that is very important. Number two, robotaxi is almost sentient. I'll be making a separate video on this because, man, the amount of videos that are coming out and the feedback, it's insane. It changes literally flipping everything. And the more this improves, the sooner people will realize that, oh wait, Tesla is now the car company that the car drives themselves. Because most people still think that Tesla's a car company. But what do you think is going to happen when people realize that, no wait, Tesla is not just a car company? It's the car is driving itself with nobody in them. It's taking me from point A to point B cheaper than Uber and Waymo and Lyft and all these other guys and a taxi, of course. I don't think the stock's gonna be this low in the 400s, to be honest with you guys. I think in about a couple of years or so, we're gonna look back and look at these current prices that are almost at all-time highs and say that, I wish I bought more. Because when people realize that, my God, Tesla, all these cars are driving themselves, they're making this much money and profit. When the average Joe realizes, guys, that Tesla drives themselves, that's when you know the stock's not going to be in the 400s low anymore. It's probably going to be in the thousands and above. I'm just saying, not financial advice, but I highly do believe that it's hard to see that everyone knows that Tesla drives themselves and the stock is an all-time low. That just doesn't make any sense. You must be brain dead, or the stock market must be, in a big, massive crash, which I'll be buying a crap ton of shares if that actually happens. But I don't think that if the average Joe knows that the average Tesla or every Tesla they see on the road drives themselves and they're making a whole bunch of money, I don't think the stock's going to be in the 400s. Probably double or triple that in my opinion, not financial advice. But this is a very, very strong point. FSD 14 is going to be the thing that really changes everything. And, Sentient 14.2, that's going to be absolutely insane. So this is one big point. That's two. Number 3 and 4 are the biggest ones. But let's move number 3. Number 3 is Elon's compensation package. Guys, 8.5 trillion. That's a stock price of 2640. Let's just say $2,600 per share. That is a 6x from now. 6x. The crazy part here is the conditions and the milestones set for Elon to take Tesla to 8.5 trillion is insane, but Elon has agreed to it, which is even more insane. Now it's time for you and I to agree to it because there's a vote going on and we have to do it. And if you guys aren't voting, man, I don't know what you guys aren't doing. Go vote right now. Check your email, look for your control numbers, and vote for the recommended things that they are recommending. 3 important things we got to vote for, guys. Of course, the compensation package for Elon, 8.5 trillion, immense shareholder value for shareholders. I mean, that's a 6x your money. That's insane. Guaranteed in a way. That's how I see it. So vote for that. Vote for the 2018 compensation package as well. And the XAI. Tesla must invest in XAI because that thing's growing like a flipping rabbit giving babies, man. It's insane how that thing's growing. And that is, of course, going to be part of Grok and other AI stuff. And that's going to continue to grow in massive, massive ways. So Tesla does need to own some stake in that as well. If they did, Tesla would have, or the investment that Tesla would have made just a year ago, would have 400x, because right now it's worth 200 billion. When Tesla was raising money, the stock was, or the valuation of XAI was 5 billion. So, man, 400x, that's insane. We missed out. And I'm pretty upset about that as a Tesla investor. So if you guys haven't voted, go vote now. But guys, do I need to say anything else here? This in itself is a massive reason why Tesla won't crash to the low 400s, to the low 300s, 200s, whatever the lows are, unless it doesn't get passed. But I do think it's going to get passed with a massive margin at least. But that is the risk here, right? And I don't think the risk is too high in my opinion. I think a lot of shareholders are going to look at this and say, wow, if I can 6x my money, that is a lot of value to me if he does all these things. And if Elon can't do it, he gets nothing. So, I mean, come on. That is one big reason I think Tesla is not going to go down unless it doesn't get passed, which I think that is less than 1% chance of that not happening. And the crazy part here is that Elon will make sure that Tesla reaches 8.5 trillion, in my opinion, within 24 months after the vote has been approved in November. Because if we look at the past history of the first compensation package and the second compensation package, he hit those numbers 18 to 24 months, maximum 30 months after that. When Elon knows what's at stake and what's there to get the incentive, he goes for it. No doubt about that. No question about that. Don't bet against Elon, and especially when you're about to give him $1 trillion if you hit these numbers. Oh my God. You better be sure that, I don't think it's just going to hit 8.5 trillion. I think it's going to go beyond that, but you better sure that if you want to bet against Elon, not a good idea. That he's going to hit this 8.5 trillion and above, in my opinion. So that is a very strong reason why I think the stock is not going to go down to the low 300s, low 200s. That one reason is massive. The other massive reason here is Elon buying 1 billion worth of Tesla stock at the price of 400. 396, but let's just say 400. If anyone thought that Tesla stock is expensive in the 400s, well, guess what? Not anymore. Elon buying $1 billion worth of Tesla stock at 400 is the biggest signal that any investor of any company would want, could ask for, could even see to witness. This is like the holy grail of the signal. This means that Elon, he is super confident to hit that 8.5 trillion and go above that. And he's super confident to do it. So why the hell are you not confident about that? He is the CEO or techno king of Tesla. He sees what's going on. He sees what the future is. He sees all these things that he's scoping. And you don't want to believe him, and you don't want to bet with him, you want to bet against him? Come on, that is not a smart thing to do. Another reason why him buying $1 billion, I mean, this is insane. Where do you get $1 billion to buy stock? That is insane. Is that he knows something that's around the corner. He knows that Tesla is on the verge of doing something now, whether it's robotaxis, whether it's the bot, whether it's FSD, whether it's some other stuff. But he knows something. I haven't seen any other CEO recently buying $1 billion of their own stock. Like, that is just insane. That is insane. And that alone, the stock going below 400, if it goes to 380, 370, 340, 350, you're always going to think that, wait a minute, Elon bought at 400 at $1 billion. Like, that should be like the gravity for the stock to pull it back up to 400. These reasons that I just mentioned, especially this last one, Elon buying $1 billion worth of Tesla stock, this reason is the main reason I believe that Tesla will not crash to the lows anymore unless it's a big market crash. I really do believe that. So, question is, are you guys buying stock? Are you guys holding off? Are you waiting for a crash? Because it looks like Elon set the bar. Anything below 400 is a flippin' steal. And yes, 400 is the new 300s. So if Tesla goes to the high 300s, it's like buying in the high 200s. I do believe that. Not to mention Q3 is going to be flippin' amazing. I'm working on that right now. The numbers are looking flippin' amazing. As well as guidance. I think guidance is going to be flipping very good. And I think Q4 is going to be a really good quarter as well, depending how these affordable models are going to go. But I do think Q4 is going to be a good quarter as well. Nonetheless, moving forward, yes, the next few quarters are not going to be the greatest, but there's going to be a quarter where Tesla's going to show revenue and profits from robotaxis, and it's going to blow everybody's socks off. So, question is, are you ready for that? If not, check this podcast between Warren and I that we talk about 2030 and beyond, about Tesla's napkin math, all that kind of stuff. It was flippin' awesome. You'll be disappointed. Make sure you get your popcorn. It was good stuff. Subscribe, guys. Become a channel member. Good stuff is coming. And I shall see you guys in the next video. Let's go!